Welcome to California Bountiful. I'm your host, Aubrey Aquino. Out here in Placer County, we've made a stop along the Mandarin Trail, where we've found one small family-owned grove where there is a method to the madness.
Here in Penryn, California at the Mad Mandarin's farm. This is our family farm that we've had for the past 7 years, going on 8 years now. We just fell in love with the place. It was a complete chance and accident that I became a farmer. There's a lot of attention to detail in the things that we do, in the way that we do things. We've had a number of people that came here, and I feel like it's been a place for them to just find peace, find happiness. It's actually a lot more of an intimate farm. We have over 300 trees. We're in about 3 acres right now, and it's just dense trees.
Software developer turned first-time farmer Cheryl Macalino found this slice of citrus paradise while looking for a new home for her tech company.
It was basically, I'll do everything. And family and friends came in to support us. And here we are 8 years later.
And along with her family, they adapted to life on the farm, which also lends many meanings to its moniker.
We came in and we closed on the farm when it was citrus season. So imagine not having any farming experience. And just as a joke, we said, we're Mad Mandarins, because if you were just, busy, crazy, Mad Mandarins really stuck. And our customer said, we love that name. And it's just so fitting because yes, it's when the season is here, it's really crazy, but it also stands for us making a difference.
There's also a strict method to the madness when picking these mandarins.
There's no bad citrus or there's no bad mandarins. There's only bad pickers. So we make it clear what are the elements of a mandarin that makes it good. And so we really go into that distinctness and the criteria that we're looking for. It's from color, touch and feel. And then it's not that black and white as well, because you can see color and touch and feel, but if that tree doesn't have the sugar levels yet, so we'll taste the tree and we'll taste a couple of mandarins. These are interesting because if you pick it right, it's an amazing flavor. You pick it wrong and it's just like a bitter flavor. We have this method of rating a tree and getting an idea if we have a 5 yet. Let me show you the difference. Our 5s existing in that tree. 5s is like the best.
That's a good one.
That's a good one? Okay, good.
That's a good one.
This is darker, this is gonna be sweeter for sure. And we teach our pickers that method, and they'll take that method here in harvesting. It's really difficult because sometimes people don't see the variations in color and they're just like, orange is orange. But it's not. There's dark orange and there's light orange, and that darkness level will actually give you a variation in flavor.
And while their quest for maximum flavor may delay the start of their season, it also allows them to extend their mandarin pickings into April.
It's just been really nice because we have different parts of the farm that ripens the fruits at different times. So we're able to really extend out our season. But that's our farm. I think that the standard in the region is between November and even October, late October for some farms, until January, February maybe. So if you're still looking for mandarins in February, March, April, you could come to Mad Mandarins.
Their operation has also grown to include navel oranges, chickens and eggs in the summertime, plus other animals too.
It's definitely evolved above and beyond the mandarins and the fruits. I absolutely feel that it was faith and broadcasting the importance of supporting our small farmers is really important to our farm. This was a needed element of our life back then, where you're really embedded in technology so much, and I think technology is a good thing, but just balancing that out with something like this. It's almost become like a tradition for our family to get together every year, to come out to the farm, to pick, grab their bags. There's just like this togetherness that's forced when you're running a farm.
I'm registered dietitian Ashley Hawk, and I want to encourage you to maximize nutrition while minimizing waste. One of the trends I think we're going to be seeing a lot more this year is going to be all about eco-conscious cooking. What this means is finding creative ways to not let anything go to waste. We're talking about using stale bread and turning it into croutons, or using the tops of your celery and putting them in a smoothie. A great example of this is a recipe that I want to share with you today. This is a broccoli stem pesto. While many of us are used to eating broccoli on a regular basis, we typically only eat this part forward. Well, there are still tons of nutrients and loads of fiber in the stem. So a great way that you can upcycle the stem and avoid having to throw it away is by making a pesto with it. This is so simple to do as well. All you have to do is take the chopped broccoli stem and blanch them for just a couple of minutes. From there, you're going to add in some olive oil and loads of fresh basil. You can also add in some chopped walnuts, a little bit of Parmesan cheese, and we can't forget the lemon. You're going to blend all of this up, and you are going to get a thick paste that smells so good. I love being able to put this on top of a pasta, but you could also use it with a pizza, or you could use it as a dip. One of the best parts about this is you're not only getting all of the nutrients and the minerals that are found in the broccoli stem, but you're also getting all of that extra fiber, and you're getting a higher volume meal because look at how much this produces. This is going to be awesome to use when it's fresh or to freeze it and save it for another day. I'm Ashley Hawk, and for more nutrition tips and tricks, you can go to ashleyhawkrd.com. You can follow along at ashleyhawkrd on Instagram, or you can check out my new book, How Healthy Happens for New Moms.
Later in the show, we get the scoop on a cold treat that gets gelato love. But first, an appealing segment.
California Bountiful is brought to you by the California Farm Bureau.
You know, Nationwide is so much more than a great insurance company. They're one of America's largest financial services companies, too. Just like I'm so much more than quarterback Peyton Manning. I'm also debating Manning. And honestly, this might be my best sport.
I would argue that it's not.
I think it might be.
No, it's not.
Is to.
Is not.
Is to.
Is not.
Is to times infinity, no take-backs.
You can't do no take-backs.
That's debatable. For your insurance and financial needs, Nationwide is on your side.
When you choose California grown, you're a part of something good. Sound too good to be true? Not at all. It sounds responsible. We lead the nation in sustainable measures, plus some of the highest worker pay and protections. It sounds diverse, with 400 plus specialty crops produced statewide. And it sounds fresh because it was grown right here. Learn more at californiagrown.org.
Are you looking to uncover more of the bounty of California's rich, diverse, and delicious food and wine scene? Then it's time to get social with us. Find even more great content from farm to fork and everything in between, like recipes, behind the scenes, on food and wine tours, plus useful info on what's good for you and so much more. Join an engaging community of like-minded foodies and tell us what great story ideas you have for us, too. So what are you waiting for? Get in on the conversation now. Find, follow, and talk to us on social at CA Bountiful.
Vita-Pakt is a really cool company, great story, been around for over 75 years, and it's kind of reinvented itself a couple of times over that time period. Originally, it was a Southern California-based consumer packaged goods, and it was mainly doing fresh squeezed orange juice. And then somewhere in the late 90s, early 2000s, my predecessor, Jim Boyles, had the idea of kind of moving away from the CPG, and he felt there was an emerging opportunity in the ingredient space with all citrus-based products. In the early 2000s, we kind of moved away from consumer package side, the retail side, if you will, and we started looking at what can we do with the primarily it was with the peel of the fruit at that time. You had the oil, you had the actual peel, the flavito and the albedo. What could we do with those components of the citrus? And we realized, you had the marmalade, you had pie, you had a confectionery, you had a lot of different opportunities to utilize the peel of the citrus. And so we kind of became the global leader, if you will, with frozen peel products from the citrus. At that time, a Southern California-based company. Then as the citrus started to move towards the north to development in Southern California, and Central California became the hub, kind of the hotspot for all the citrus in California. And the decision was made to move to Lindsay, California.
With production capabilities on 14 acres centered in the heart of the citrus growing region, Vita-Pakt can process the highest quality of fruit California can provide.
At the other end of our 14 acres, you'll find still our frozen peel division, which was the original part of what Vita-Pakt became when it splintered off and kind of went into that industrial ingredient space, as we call it. And then we also have our dried division, which is about an hour to the north in Del Rey, where we dry the peel. And then we truck it about 8 miles to the west in Fresno, where we mill it and package it. And you'd find those dried, milled ingredients in tea, spice, beer. We're very, very proud of our exclusive relationship with Molson Coors, and the Blue Moon beer is one of the main finished products that you would find our dry peel in.
And here, sustainability is the key ingredient.
We love our sustainability story. That we partner with our packing house friends, like our SunTreat Legacy, AC Foods, and especially with the Sumo brand. That's one of our favorite pieces of orange that we've been able to develop some cool products over the last couple of years. And when the product comes in, obviously it's what we love is there is no ugly fruit. And so that's the fruit that's not, for whatever reason, is not going to make its way into the fresh market, whether it be a slight defect or a scar or it's not the right size. We love that fruit. That's perfect fruit. That's beautiful fruit to us. And so we take that beautiful fruit and we start by, first thing we do is clean it, wash it. We then extract the oil out of the skin. Then we juice it. Then we take our juice customers like a little bit lower pulp level. So then we'll take the pulp to a certain level and create this extra pulp. And then, like we said, we love the peel. So the peel either goes over to our north side of the facility to go into frozen peel products, or we move it to our commercial dryer where we dehydrate it and mill it down into spices and teas and in other industries. Nutraceutical is a great space that's emerging in the dried as well. So we love every bit of the orange.
No room for waste. They showed us both the extraction process as well as what they referred to as the ingredient capture.
We have two different extraction lines in there, and one actually takes the oil out as the fruit's being cleaned. It runs across these rollers with tiny little needles, and it perforates almost like if you were zesting at your home. But we actually are just bursting the oil sacs, and then in the oil we use water to move it through the system. And then the other side of our extraction line gets the oil, similar process, but right as the fruit is being juiced, we use a water system to push the oil out of the chamber, if you will, and then run it through a series of finishers and processes that then refine that oil, polish that oil, and then it is some of the most pretty refined oil that you can find with it from a food grade perspective. It's become a big part of our business is to not only manufacture the oil, but to market the oil. And then that'll go to flavor houses and other processors around the world. Honestly, our oil goes all over the globe and is used into a variety of applications.
Vita-Pakt has also been able to inject itself into the health and wellness space.
The peel itself contains probably the most health beneficial and nutritional components of any other part of any fruit, typically, as the skin or the peel, in our case, the peel. A good percentage of the people in the United States like to drink their fruit and vegetables, and so we've heavily invested in the cold press extraction side of the business here, and so that we can do both pasteurized and unpasteurized products for our end users, which are typically, we're bulk. So most of ours, then we sell to the bottling or the manufacturing companies that are going to put it into their finished products. So definitely the vitamin C packed is going to come from the juice.
Now their operations have also grown beyond the citrus realm to include mango, kiwi, and blueberry.
There's no channel that we're not trying to figure out how to exploit. And I think that and everything that we love to say is that we have the healthiest products and ingredients on planet Earth. So why can't we infuse that into every walk of life?
Still ahead, a flavorful way to top off the show. And after the break, 4 generations of peppers.
Did you know Nationwide is so much more than a great insurance company? They're one of America's largest financial services companies, too. Just like I'm so much more than quarterback Peyton Manning. I'm also Peyton Manning.
It's lovely, Peyton.
Did you say Peyton or Peyton?
Peyton.
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 Great work.
Thank you. For your insurance and financial needs, Peyton, Nationwide is on your side.
The California Farm Bureau has protected the diverse agricultural interests in the Golden State for over a century. As part of the California Farm Bureau, you'll add your voice to the combined strength of over 34,000 farmers, ranchers, and families through our state. That means more connections, more influence, and more opportunity to fight for the issues that impact your life. With your support behind us, California Farm Bureau's robust government affairs, federal policy and Farm-Pakt, and legal teams work tirelessly to advocate at all levels of government, protecting and promoting our shared way of life. Together, California Farm Bureau and our members are standing up for farmers, ranchers, and families throughout the Golden State every day, working to cultivate a bountiful future for all Californians.
California Grown Spotlight.
I'm Shay Rosen. I'm the Director of Product Development for Mazetta in beautiful American Canyon, California. We are a producer of peppers, olives, pasta sauce, pestos, pickled vegetables. California agriculture is important to us because it directly relates to the quality of our products. The peppers are grown here in California. We're here in California, and we're able to receive our peppers the same day that they're picked or within 24 hours. And that directly relates to the quality of our product. We have, the peppers are fresher, which relates to a crunchier pepper, a more colorful pepper, and fresher pepper. When you're eating a pickled pepper, not only is the flavor, but the texture is very important. And that's all about the eating experience. So what's important is that the peppers are crunchy. And the values that are taught to us or reflected to us from Jeff Mazetta is that crunchy isn't good enough. It has to be crunchy. We started out in 1937. Giuseppe Luigi Mazetta immigrated from Italy, moved to San Francisco, and it started out more as a food service company, servicing the local restaurants and bars. And he and his son, Dan, ran the business. I actually knew Dan. He's the second generation. We're now on the fourth generation. Dan's son, Ron, is the one who actually took the product from a food service business to a retail business in the 80s and created the Mazetta brand. And now his son, Jeff Mazetta, he's the fourth generation running the business now. And with the Mazetta name on the jar and the Mazetta family running the business, there's a lot of pride, and we're definitely inspired by their dedication to the business and the quality of the products, and the way that we're all kind of family here. I mean, I'm here 20 years. There's production workers that have been here over 30 years. Our production manager has been here over 40 years, so it's a nice place to work. California agriculture is very fascinating to me. When I go to visit the farms, not only am I visiting pepper orchards, I'm also seeing the wide variety of produce grown here. On my last visit, I saw pistachios, I saw almonds, I saw garlic, I saw even cotton growing. It's just a fascinating thing to see, just the breadth of produce that is grown here. There's fruit orchards, there's stone fruits, just the gamut, and it's pretty amazing what's grown here in California.
Now for a Bountiful Spotlight.
Hi, I'm Chef Jave. Here at Morimoto Napa, we're making tuna pizza. We have our tortillas that's been lightly brushed with unagi sauce and lightly grilled on the yakitori. Our sliced maguro right on top. Sliced red onions. A little bit of jalapeno on there. Kalamata olives, and some cherry tomatoes. We top it off with a little bit of anchovy aioli, micro cilantro, a little bit of Tabasco for a little kick. And here we like to use the red grapeseed cold press as a finishing touch. It enhances the flavor of the tuna pizza without overpowering it. And here's the tuna pizza. Now I'm making seared dry-aged salmon with yuzu beurre blanc and ikura. We season our salmon with a little bit of salt. Here we're going to be using our grapeseed oil. I like to use the grapeseed oil here because of its high smoke content, as you can see. Lay it down. Baste our salmon with a little bit of aromatics. Give a little extra flavor in there. Thyme, smashed garlic, and butter to baste. We'll let our salmon rest. Marbled potatoes, a little bit of baby carrots, and asparagus. Here we have our yuzu kosho beurre blanc. We're gonna finish the sauce with a little bit of ikura. It's gonna be a nice contrast in the sauce. Here we have our dry-aged salmon with yuzu kosho butter and ikura.
Straight ahead, the inside scoop on gelato in the Golden State.
Nationwide is so much more than a great insurance company. They're one of America's largest financial services companies. Like how I'm more than Peyton Manning. I'm also Calculating Manning. Yep, math checks out.
Team. When I look around this room, I see a fighting team of brave antibodies. But the flu is coming in strong. The good news is, Anthony, the human we're tasked to protect, just got his flu shot, which supplied us with strong new gear to defend against the flu. So let's go fight for Anthony. Are you with me?
Let's work as a team to defend against the flu. Gear up with a flu shot to help protect others and reduce your risk of being sick or hospitalized with the flu. Learn more at getmyflushot.org.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
This sweet treat may have originated in Italy, but it's found a sweet spot here in California where they're churning out fresh batches daily. Take a look.
Le posso offrire un caffè? Le posso offrire un caffè? Andiamo insieme da me. Le dico subito che un'italiana bella come lei ancora qui non c'è.
We are at Venkiat Valley Fair. This is our first location we opened up in California about a year ago. And we've been very excited to be here. A lot of locals know us already, and a lot of people are learning about us. So we are an Italian chocolate and gelato company. I've been around for about 145 years making chocolate. That's our heritage. And we've been bringing gelato to around the world for about 20 years right now.
Not to be confused with a certain frozen counterpart, Venki sells gelato made with milk as opposed to heavy cream.
So as far as our dairy goes, we source that locally to make sure that we can have the freshest ingredients going into our gelato, which we make fresh in the back every day. We focus on fresh ingredients. We focus on bringing healthier lifestyle choices to be able to indulge in a way that you enjoy a little bit more.
A main ingredient to their gelato operation is the chef, who takes a traditional approach to preparing the goodness on the regular.
Every day we make it fresh. We don't use any artificial flavors, no preservatives, no coloring. So everything that you see is the real ingredients and the real flavors that you're able to get. It's a physical job, it's a tough job, but they produce all our gelato every day. They have to do the inventory counts, they have to clean the machines, they have to start all the production, weigh everything that they make. So our different gelatos have different designs. So depending if you're looking for something that has more of a smooth chocolate top to it, some have peaks coming out of it, some have more wave designs. We offer over 90 flavors that we have recipes for. We rotate through seasonal depending if it's winter, if it's summer, if you're looking for lighter sorbets, more on the fruity side, or you're looking for a little bit heartier, richer flavors towards that holiday where it gets a little colder outside.
Wow, so many ways to gelato it up.
A lot of people aren't sure. They think gelato is ice cream and ice cream is gelato. Yeah, they're both frozen. So ice cream has a lot of overrun. So ice cream is going to be a lot less dense. It's going to fill a little bit more. But really when you're looking at gelato, you're looking at lower fat content, you're looking at higher quality ingredients that go into it. And it's a little bit denser, you know, it stays nicely on the cone. You get nice texture out of it, you get a better mouthfeel versus the lighter ice cream.
And even more ways to enjoy it too.
Gelato we serve warmer than ice cream. We don't have the preservatives in there, so it's meant to be enjoyed sooner, and you get more of the quality, more of the taste, more of the flavor that way. We can serve it with crepes, one of my favorite way to have it. Also, if you like coffee, you can get affogatos. So you'll put a scoop of gelato in there. We'll put some of our famous chocolate hazelnut spread around, put some whipped cream on top, and enjoy that with the coffee and the gelato. And that might be one of the best pairings I think you can have sometimes.
But we can't just talk about Venky's gelato without also pairing it with their chocolate beginnings.
One thing that makes us unique, being on the chocolate side as well as the gelato side, is we'll wrap our cones in our chocolate hazelnut spread. So whether it's a milk chocolate hazelnut spread or a dark chocolate, my favorite, and then we'll roll that in either nougatine grains or chocolate grains or Piedmont hazelnut grains.
And if you need an assist deciding which gelato flavor to go with,
I always recommend you get at least two so you can mix the flavors together. My favorite, I do a dark chocolate combined with a nice fruity flavor. So you get the richness of the chocolate and you get the nice tart fruit on top, and it gives a really great combination. Otherwise, the creamy with the chocolate can't go wrong. I don't know if there's a bad combination you can make with our gelatos, to be real.
And that's it for this episode. We want to thank you for tuning in. Remember, we're also online at CaliforniaBountiful.com. Until next time, take care and have a great week.